Hello and welcome to our channel again. Today we have Volkswagen Crafter 2013, and it's a van, and the vehicle has come to our garage with the symptom that the engine management light is illuminating on the dashboard, and also when you start the engine management light with the coil sign, both are flashing on the dashboard. So I'm going to show you that. Let's start the vehicle. So I'm going to start the vehicle. So the engine is running. As you can see, coils on the dashboard, malfunction indicator light or engine management light, and also tracking system malfunction light, and ESP or electronic stability program sign also flashing on the dashboard. So now I'm going to scan the vehicle and see what fault code we will have from the scanner. Also, I should have told you that as well. As you can see, the DPF malfunction sign or light is also illuminating on the dashboard. So as you can see, so this is like a Christmas tree. So let's scan the vehicle and see what fault code will we have. So it's Volkswagen. This scanner cannot decode the engine control unit with the chassis, with this chassis. So I'm going to connect another scanner to the vehicle. Just be with us. Okay. Another scanner. So this one straight away found the vehicle. So if we go for a smart scan, it's going to take longer. So I'm going to select engine control unit here. So this is the system topology. So I'm going to select engine control unit and see. Okay, this is the fault code that we have. Sensor reference voltage A circuit open, but unfortunately it doesn't say that which sensor reference voltage A circuit is open. Just say sensor reference voltage A circuit is open, and the fault code is P064100. So this is not helpful. So unfortunately the scanner didn't help us. So now I'm going to check every sensor of the engine one by one until we come across the faulty sensor or the faulty circuit, and see what is going to happen. So hopefully we can get quicker to the sensor or to the place where the fault is existed or where the fault is occurring. This is the engine bay, so I'm going to check every sensor. For example, this one like this one, camshaft position sensor, crankshaft position sensor, DPF differential pressure sensor, fuel rail pressure sensor. So another thing I'm going to show you, that there are a few I think four sensors that shares the same wire. So I'm not sure, because in the O2 data manual in the United Kingdom, only the engine management light wiring diagram is available. So no component test application is supported by the O2 data. So the O2 data hasn't got component test application for this vehicle. So I'm going to show you the O2 data. Okay, this is the vehicle I'm going to load. Okay, and this is the wiring diagram. So let me go to the, okay, if I select, so let me show you, this is the vehicle and this is the engine code. The vehicle has come, or the vehicle comes with the CKTB engine code or engine. So if I go to engine management system, so this is the engine management system, and as you can see, only wiring diagram is available. So this one is up to 2011, and this one is post 2011 or after word of 2011. So I'm going to load this one and see. So unfortunately we don't have a component testing option on this wiring diagram. So as you can see, this sensor and this sensor and this sensor share some wire together, but I'm not sure, I don't know whether the shared wire between the sensor or feed wires or ground wires. uh, uh, because signal wire signal wires are never shared on engine management system, so that should be feed wire to the sensor or power wire or reference voltage wire to the sensor or ground wire. This is let me which sensor these sensor are. Okay, these are the sensor which uh, share same wires. For example, if I touch this one, this is going to be turbocharger wind position sensor, and that shares the same two wires with camshaft position sensor. And also, as you can see here, so this is the exhaust gas recirculation wind position sensor, and also that uh, shares same wire with intake air flap control actuator position. And also, as you can see, fuel rail pressure sensor also shares the same wire, or uses the same wire, or get benefit from the same wire, or get feed or grounded by the same wire. So as you can see, crankshaft position sensor also uses the same wire. Fuel rail pressure, as I have shown you. And here, as you can see, there are other sensor which shares wires between them. It's a diesel particulate filter pressure sensor and turbocharger boost pressure sensor. They are both shares the same wire. So I will not be showing testing every sensor on the camera, because it's going to be too long. But when I get to the fault, I'm going to show you where the fault was. And also first I'm going to check sensor feed, then hopefully I can get to the fault. If I didn't, then I'm going to check wiring harness, ground points somewhere. Then if I didn't get to the fault again, then I'm going to check the ECU, but hopefully that I can get to the fault as soon as possible. So if I zoom that out, and so I'm going to show you. So this is the complete wiring diagram, as you can see. So 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 sensor or component shares one wire between at least two of them or three of them. Okay, I have checked some sensor, but no clue. But if I look at the engine control unit, it's located in very bad place, I think, as I can see some rust are also created. So this time I'm going to remove the engine control unit and disconnect the plug and see if the connector has any rust on it. So otherwise, because I don't have any sensor specification, so to compare that with so this time I'm going to disconnect the engine control unit. As you can see, this was all on top of that here. As you can see, its light was like so. Okay, to give you an update, as I was disconnecting every sensor and then I was deleting the P064100, and it couldn't delete, and also plus the sensor fault code was showing on the scanner, the one which I was disconnecting to. So one fault code was the P064100, and the other one was showing up on the scanner, which I was disconnecting each sensor. So I disconnected differential pressure sensor. As you can see, I disconnected. I disconnected turbo actuator and position sensor, wind position sensor. So I disconnected fuel rail pressure sensor, and also I disconnected turbo air charge or boost pressure sensor, and also I removed the engine control unit connectors and checked if there is any corrosion created, but they were both okay. So there are two connectors, as you can see, this one, and also there was a security lock. I have removed that one as well. So when I disconnected each sensor, so the P064100 was remaining, and plus the fault code was showing for the sensor which I was disconnecting. So finally, when I disconnected this one, the throttle position sensor, this one, and that fault code has gone. When I tried to delete the fault code from the scanner, that fault code was deleted and did not return again. So previously, before, when I was disconnecting every sensor, and the P0641 was not deleting from the ECU memory, so it stayed all the time static or current. So finally, when I disconnected this one, so this is too dirty, so the fault code deleted. Which fault code? Fault code P064100. And now let me show you that. So this two fault codes are showing on the scanner, but this lights are still flashing, as you can see. So and now these fault codes are showing up on the scanner. So if I turn the engine off, ignition on again, and I'm going to try to delete them, as you can see. So if I go back, read fault code, and just this one is showing now, throttle pedal position sensor switch A circuit low. So because the connector is too dirty and with the dust and oily dust, it's all surrounded around the connector. So I'm going to give the connector a good clean, and then I'm going to reconnect the connector to the throttle position sensor or throttle body, then see if the fault code has returned. This is the connector, and I'm going to give a good clean thoroughly. Then I'm going to reconnect the connector and see that what fault code is returning back to the ECU memory. Okay, as you can see, I have thoroughly cleaned the connector and connected the connector back. So now the connector is connected to the throttle body or intake flap control valve, so whatever you call it. But now if I show you the scanner, scanner is giving me this fault code, so P0122. So as you can see, the coil sign is still flashing, so I'm going to turn the ignition off on again, and I'm going to try clear this fault code. So if I read fault code back, the fault code has returned back with the throttle or pedal position sensor switch A circuit low. So now I'm going to show you the throttle position sensor on the wiring diagram. Okay, this is the intake air flap control actuator position sensor. So pin number 1, this one at the throttle position sensor, is the reference voltage, 5-volt reference voltage wire, this pin number 1, and it's I think it's going to be black. And pin number 3 is the potential it's the ground wire of the sensor. The pin number 2 is the signal wire. So pin number 1 is the 5-volt supply voltage to the sensor, and the pin number 2 is the signal wire to the ECU. Pin number 3 is the ground wire of the potentiometer. So as I checked, at the sensor, as I'm going to show you on the camera. So pen number 1 was the 5 volt supply voltage, and it had 5 volt, and pen number 3 is the sensor ground wire. But when I checked pen number 2, and it's showing 0 volt with the sensor connected to the throttle position sensor, or wiring connector connected to the throttle position sensor. So I'm going to show you that right now. As you can see, the scope meter test lead is connected to pen 2 at the throttle position sensor. You might be able to see, just hold on. As you can see, the probe is connected to pen 2 at the sensor, and the ignition is on. As you can see, we have 0 volt. We have 0 volt. This is the signal wire value or data. And now I'm going to show you the reference voltage supplied to the sensor. Okay, the scope lead is connected to pen 1 at the throttle position sensor or throttle body. As you can see, this is the reference voltage supplied to the throttle position sensor or valve or body. As you can see, it's 5 volt. And if so, it's connected to pen 1. This is the reference voltage supplied to the throttle position sensor. So now once again I'm going to move the pen from move the probe from pen 1 to pen 2. Show you this. Okay, as you can see, the scope lead, positive lead, is connected to pen number 2 to the signal wire of the throttle body. So as you can see, it shows nothing. So I think we have found the problem. So after that, when I disconnected the wiring connector from the throttle valve, the fault code has changed from P0641 to P012200. So now I have proved that the signal wire is not sending any signal to the ECU, and for this reason the ECU either say low voltage or open circuit. So I'm going to change that, and I'm going to take the data of the signal wire with the new throttle body installed. And this is the ground wire value or data that I have got. Pen number 3 at the sensor. Okay, now I'm going to show you almost the same engine. As you can see here, this is 81 kilowatt The Volkswagen Crafter engine was 80 kilowatt. And also this engine is also produced from 2010 to 2015. So I'm going to show you the same engine with the component testing feature, as you can see here. And I'm going to give you an example. So on this engine, that what is the specification of the signal wire for the intake air flap actuator or control valve. So if I take you to component with start, just let me go there. So engine management, and we will assume, or we will check the engine with the stop start system feature. So if I go to component check, and if I go down here, as you can see, this is the intake air flap control actuator, which is the motor. We don't want to do anything with this, so we are going to see the signal wire specification of the intake air flap control actuator position sensor. If I click that here, and component checked with, so this is the specification. As you can see, 1 and 3, pin 3 is going to be the ground wire, and pin 1 is going to be the 5-volt supply voltage or wire to the sensor. As you can see, if we check 1 and 3, we should have 5-volt with the ignition on, and 2 and 3 is going to be the ground pin, and pin 2 is going to be the signal pin. So with the ignition on, we should have 4.5 volt, as we saw on the testing procedure that we had 0. So this is I don't know, or I'm not sure that would be the exact engine, or that will operate in the exact way as the Volkswagen Crafter engine, as I am testing the throttle body of it. But anyway, that might be almost be close to that. So 2, 3. So if we connect the voltmeter black lead or negative lead to pin 3, and the positive or red lead to pin 2, we should have 4.5 volt with the ignition on. And also with the engine idling, if we connect the digital voltmeter, multimeter, or voltmeter negatively to pin 3 and positively to pin 2, we will have 4.2 with the engine idling. As you saw, with the ignition on, our signal wire was showing 0 voltage. So for this reason, I'm going to go for the intake air flap control actuator control position sensor, or the entire throttle body replacement. This can be taken into account as a guideline if someone like me, that I don't have the component test specification for this vehicle. So I'm going to use this one as a guideline, and I'm going to replace the throttle control valve for this Volkswagen Crafter. So okay, we have got the throttle body now, and it's a aftermarket brand Camber something, but I don't know, because in pronunciation I'm not the best. So this is the throttle control valve, and as you can see, it has 3 screws here, 3 holes, and this is the company name. This one was actually 232 pounds, and the genuine one was quoted 437 pounds. So when I shared both prices with the customer, and the customer opted to go for this one, so we got the throttle control valve or throttle body. So I'm going to remove the old one. I will not be showing that on the camera, so it's easy. Only the cabinet intake air duct has to be removed, then hose must be disconnected from this side, and the 3 screws and the wiring connector. So it's easy. So after that, when I installed, and so I'm going to show you the signal wire value with the ignition on and with the engine idling. As you can see, this is the new throttle valve or throttle body, and this is the value I've got from pin 1. So pin 1 is connected to the reference supply voltage, and so the digital multimeter leads. So the red one, this one is connected to pin 1 here, and the black lead of the multimeter is connected to pin 3, or the ground wire of the sensor, the throttle position sensor. As you can see, the ignition is on, and we got 5 volt. So now I'm going to move the positive lead or multimeter to the signal wire, and you watch here. As you can see, with the ignition on, we have 4.3 volts. So with the faulty one, with this one, so which is underneath of this, I'm going to show you later. So with the faulty one we had 0 voltage, but with the new one, with the ignition on, we have at signal wire or pin 2 4.37 volt, so which is a good sign of the repair. So now I'm going to put that on. So I tested here in case that we are wrong, but fortunately that we have our diagnostic procedure was accurate. So this is with the ignition on and engine off value from the throttle body position sensor. Okay, as you can see, the digital voltmeter is connected, so red to the signal wire, red lead, and black to the sensor ground. As you can see, ignition is off, and we see nothing, 0.099 volt. So now I'm going to turn the ignition on. The ignition is on, And as you can see, with the ignition on, we have 4.37 volt. So that's the signal, voltage signal. So now I'm going to start the engine. So by the way, this is the old throttle valve or throttle body. I'm going to put that here. Now I'm going to start the engine. Let me check everything is clear from the part moving. So okay, I have started the engine, but I have not cleared any fault code. As you can see, with the engine running, we have 4.18 volts from the signal wire, which is good sign. So now I'm going to check if the throttle body needs adaptation, and also I'm going to clear the fault code and put this the cabinet air filter housing back, and if the throttle body needed adaptation, I will share that with you as well. I'm going to share the fault code clearing procedure with you as well, and see if the fault did not return or the fault can be cleared, or because before the fault couldn't clear. Ignition is on. So vehicle is detected. These are the fault codes. So I'm going to clear all of them. So fault code, go back, read once again fault code. Okay, twin particulate filter. Okay, that's because the fault code was stored, and the regeneration procedure was not allowed to take place. It's going to take place right now. So when the other fault code has cleared, now this fault code is going to be diagnosed. So first I'm going to advise the driver to drive the vehicle until the regeneration, the passive regeneration takes place, and then hopefully that fault clear can be cleared as well. So let's see. So ignition off, on again. Okay, the engine management light is still on, and the coil sign is flashing. That's because of the regeneration has not taken place yet. So I'm going to turn the engine off, ignition on, and clear this fault code. And fault code has cleared, and read fault code again. So this full code is still remains. So the vehicle must be driven on the road for certain distance and period for the regeneration to take place. As you can see, the other pole code, which was P0122, I think, I have forgotten right now, that is now rectified. So if I select and tap that adaptation, there is nothing listed for throttle valve, as you can see. So it means that the throttle control valve or throttle body does not need any adaptation. So no adaptation required for the throttle control valve to be adapted for this vehicle. Okay, when I went to basic setting here, as you can see here, if I tap that one, and so it's going to give me this checking throttle valve adaptation. If I select that, okay, so basic setting is not running. So checking throttle valve basic setting routine parameter. So if I do the adjustment here, now basic setting is running, as you can see there. Before it was not running.